So I told you guys the other morning we were going to I was going to do a compression check and see how things are looking before we tear into it. It had low compression on number 3. It was 95 psi, so it was down, you know, about 55, 65 psi. Did a leak down check, and I heard something kind of hissing around, and looked a little closer, and I could see exactly where the head gasket was compromised at. So if you get down in here, I don't know how to make the light work on this thing. Let me get my cell phone and get a light in here. You can see there's some head gasket hanging out there. Not ideal. The plug came out really good. You know, it didn't look bad or anything. So hopefully with the plug having a tip, you know, there's still aluminum where it should be on everything else. But we're going to finish getting the heads off this thing tonight, and probably also get the turbo off too, and see what we're in for. So I'll update you guys here in a bit with hopefully some good news and not some shitty news. Alright guys, we got the heads off, and actually it's better than we anticipated. Probably what we actually hoped for, but let me show you here. Now there has been some controversy about us having a stock block, which there are some people who, understandably I wouldn't believe it either based off what they can't do with what they have. But this right here is what it pushed out at, and actually it didn't push the gasket, but it must have just pushed some steam through there and caught the tab of the gasket. I'll show you that in a second. But anyways, this is our stock aluminum block, 3.8 board-ish. I say ish because the pistons were a little undersized after one season, so we just had it bored to that with the proper piston to wall. This is the head gasket here off the driver's side. You can see we got lucky. It didn't seem to torch any of the inner pieces as far as blow them out. It's got those tabs, so that's our luck. This time I'll not be stupid, and I will turn the fuel pressure safety on Fuel Tech. And guess what? You can actually do that in the one box. You don't need a box for that, for those who want to make Fuel Tech box jokes. This is actually the damaged head, or not damaged head, but the head that pushed the gasket. John got it really cleaned up. So, as you can tell, it doesn't look too shabby for a shop rag and a razor blade. Clean job. Put the straight edge across it. It was really good. So we're not going to worry about getting it decked. There's a little bit of I guess a ripple there, but you can't, once again, the straight edge doesn't pick anything up, and the feeler gauge is looking good. So for a race car, I think she should be good. And if she's not, it'll let us know. So that's kind of how it works. Here's John cleaning the other head. So good you could eat off of them. Well, this one is. This one's almost there. But yeah, glad we didn't torch the block or torch the head. Anytime you push a gasket like that, especially at the level we're at, that's got to be in the back of your mind. So we're pretty happy. We'll start getting the heads back on here soon, and then of course we'll start on swapping the turbo on, so we can make sure next time we mess it up that we really do it right. So, and by the way, this is the housing. It came in today, a week late, but whatever. So, all right, guys, I'll report back here again in a few hours. It's currently it's 8:36 on a Tuesday night, and I'm old and tired already. But unfortunately, I don't think quitting is an option. Hey guys, it's 11:11. Tuesday night still. If I'd like to make a wish, it'd be that everything would fit up right, but it doesn't. As you can see, we got a little quandary here with the Gen 1 center section being offset from the Gen 2. So it sets the turbo itself higher, and also causes things to not line up. So I gotta figure out a solution for that. Relatively quick one. As you can see though, head's on. John's bolting intake manifold on now. So that all is almost squared away, which is great. And we're just going to assume that everything is perfect and roll with it. This new turbo, although it'll make more power, we shouldn't have to lean on it as hard. So hopefully I won't be too stupid. But probably the last update for the night. Just wanted to keep you guys in the loop and get you some more content here, since I usually suck at it. And just go from there. Morning, guys. So it's around 5:45 Saturday morning on May 4th. Here to try to get some stuff done. Hoping to get the car on the dyno today with the 94mm. Show you some progress. Made some, got some things knocked out between pretty much, I think, Tuesday night really, and then yesterday evening after hours. We, as you can tell, we made a new pipe. I like this one a lot better. The other one was kind of pieced together just because of the reducer. I thought I was going to have a similar situation on this one because we bought the turbo second hand and I didn't realize I had a 3.5 inch race parts clamp on it. Well, he sent like a whole nother flange assembly, so I was able to just turn the what would normally weld on the other side of the pipe. I was able to turn it over, and it goes to 4 inch, and you can just see right there where I welded it right there and welded them together in the center. Did the same thing, put the hyperactive sensor right here, the injector there, and put the blow-off valve kind of facing back, since if you want to get technical, whenever the throttle body shuts, the air shoots backwards a little bit. So never had any issues before, but it doesn't hurt to try it that way. As you can tell, that the Gen 1 center section is a little different from the Gen 2. In fact, obviously the Gen 2 is billet, for those who know. So the spacing's a bit different. So this is the cast center section. We had to get another T6 flange and actually use that as a spacer, and we got lucky that worked and brought everything together. It did move the kit just a little bit, but it's metal, so it flexes. I guess worst case it cracks, and I learned my lesson. We still got to take this surge tank out and put the other one back in, and of course I've got to make a new downpipe. The old setup, we had the wastegate rerouting, but on this setup I'm going to just dump the wastegate to the ground. So that's where we're at right now. I'm about to start doing some cutting and tacking and cussing. And yeah, so I'll hit back in here shortly with some progress pictures and maybe try to get a video of me actually welding things up. You guys check it out. Got the downpipe tacked together this morning. So John came in and did the dump tube fitment, which is fairly straightforward. We decided not to reroute this one out of pure laziness, and don't really care. So, yep, now I'm going to get the downpipe welded up first, and then do the dump tube, and then we'll start on the surge tank. As you can see, guys, we got the dump tube here. It's 2.5-inch stainless, and the aluminum downpipe. So John polished it up to help keep with the show car theme. But it's I'm no robot, but the welds are good enough. And now it's time to get everything on there, and then we'll move to the surge tank. Alright guys, this will be the first startup with the 94. We gotta check the surge tank, make sure it's not leaking first. And actually I'll probably prime the engine first just to get full through the turbo so it won't start pumping fuel through. And then we'll prime the surge tank and hopefully not have any leaks or funny noises. Can't get forward. You can see the pressure goes a little bit. Alright guys, update from the dyno. We made the most power we ever made before, but having some sort of boost control issue. It's not creep because by adjusting the boost settings I can make it make less, but it's got some funky stuff going on, like it's not bleeding off dome pressure fast enough. So I sent Lewis from Fuel Tech a message and a data log, and we'll get back there, hear from him and go from there. But on the bright side, I'm pretty excited about it. I swear this 94 spools faster than the 76 did, which is stupid, but at the same time I guess a good thing now that we're using it. We also had a little issue on the dyno. This right here is a pro bracket we had left over from last year. We have another one too. We're going to switch the other tire as well. I guess the tire got hot and it blew out, which not surprised. You know, before everybody gets on their high horse and they're like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to run radials on a dyno. I know that, but for one, street tires on that dyno, it's a small roller, it's hard to hook, and two, we don't have any street tires, so it doesn't really matter. Otherwise, I'd probably try. But and then usually I don't do many pulls, but trying to diagnose this boost issue, obviously got the rollers, or got the tires hot, and caused that. I did record some dyno pulls. Not sure if I'll even put them in the video. Maybe, I don't know. It's stupid, but who knows. Anyways, I just want to update you guys on this stuff, and otherwise the motor seems healthy. Head gaskets are staying in place. Looks like it's doing good, so ready to get back out there and, you know, hopefully not break anything. Alright guys, right here, Shady Side Dragway. Is Thursday, June 9th. We didn't plan to come out tonight, but of course the weather is going to screw us again this weekend. So it rained out our planned test session tomorrow night, and of course the actual no-brainer national race, 704 class, streetcar class, Saturday. So we need to get some data on this 94mm. So hopefully we can make it work tonight. I'm not trying to set the world on fire, just need to see how the car likes things and if we're on the right path. It is a Thursday test session without the 704 races, so the track prep, it can be good and it can be hit and miss, but hopefully we'll get something good. Not a huge amount of cars here today, but it is early too. Had to move some stuff around the shop, so it ended up coming out. It's Alan back there at that C10, one of our good friends and customers. There's an upper level, there's some people up there too. But this is a track that we do spend a lot of time at, just because I have a lot of radial races, and it's an hour and some change away, which makes it much easier to go to and of course drive home from late at night. So anyways, hopefully check in with you guys in a little while with some updates. Update from the first hit. Got out there, left on about 16 pounds, which I wasn't expected, and the front end picked up a lot. It didn't wheelie, but we still had it soft from Bristol, and it came up quite a bit. Nothing crazy, but it was enough to kind of catch me off guard for a second. Chopped the throttle for a second, got back in it, looked down, and saw it was making, let's look at this pass. Looked down ways through the run, saw I was making 48 pounds. I was like, oh crap, so I got out of it. Let out for like 3.937 or 73 seconds, went a 5.0 at like 125. So that was cool, but thankfully I had a bunch of timing yanked out in that area. I didn't run a boost cut on it because I like to party. So we brought the softer wastegate spring with us, put that back in there and just checked on the two-step. It seems like it's listening a lot better, and now we'll just find out what it does in the second run here shortly. wanted to update you from our last run last night. Still having boost control issues. This 94 millimeter is just too much for the single 60, which I'm not surprised at all. I was just hoping more than anything that it would work, but still another 5.0 letting off like 3.89 seconds or some crap. So it'll get there, but yeah. So ordered another wastegate this morning, another 60 millimeter, and caused 244s, 45s, whatever brand you use, 46 are fine for most people, but we already have a 60 on one side, and I didn't want to stagger it with a different size. So that'll be here overnight so we can work on it tomorrow, because we do have Carolina No Time coming up this coming week. So if we can get all the fab work done tomorrow, we just got to plumb some lines, and that's not a big deal to get done during the week. So yeah, so that's going to be our changes we got to make before the next outing. And you know, I feel pretty good about this turbo. I think it's going to roll out. The tuning it was super soft. I mean, like it made 48 pounds both times, but it only had like 6 or 7 degrees in it. So I had it pulled way back, way up top, just in case it did some super crap. You know, most people would say run a boost cut, but what are you gonna do? You know, I also want to get. I got some fuel data too, and I don't think our injectors will support that unless I run it leaner. But anyways, that's all I got for now. I'm going to get to work here soon, but I want to get you guys in the loop on that stuff, and I'll get some videos tomorrow whenever we start working on the new gate. See ya. Alright, so wastegate hopefully be here in a couple hours, as long as FedEx doesn't mess up the Saturday delivery. Our shop is kind of tucked away, and sometimes the drivers are too lazy to drive around the driveway, and they'll just say we're not in. So hopefully they don't screw me out of my delivery. But you can kind of see here, whenever I built this kit, I knew the position wasn't ideal, but with the height of our collector, I wish I had a light to shine here, but with the height of our collector, we didn't have a whole lot of options. So, and I probably could have made it better, but time was of the essence whenever I was building this, as we were rebuilding the car from the wreck. Anyways, I probably put the other one, I don't have much of a choice, on the this side over here, and run a dump tube in a similar location. I got some scrap 2.5-inch tubing right now, and I'll just kind of start notching on that here in a minute with the grinder, and just check it every little bit to see if I get it in line. But anyways, so I want to start on this, and once I get fitment decent, I'll mark it on here, take the other wastegate off, and make sure we got enough clearance, because I doubt the other one will be here that soon. And then I'll take the crossover off and start cutting and welding stuff. Alright, so I got my piece notched. I had to use a 2 3/8 hole saw, because apparently I don't have a 2.5, and I just use the top of my belt center to open it up so it fits pretty good. Once I get the crossover off, I will sand it down a little more on the inside edges and make it fit good, but it's already fit super tight, so but there's a little room for improvement, and plus the contour could be a little bit different on the collector opposed to your typical just flat 2.5-inch piece of steel pipe. But so alright, time to get the other wastegate off. Alright guys, as you can see, I got my marks here. This is the ID of the pipe, this is the OD. You can still a little bit of tweaking on the fitment, but it will certainly come around pretty easy. So, and yeah, so I think it should do plenty. If I ever build another turbo kit now, at least we'll have 2 wastegates, and we'll just hang one probably relatively close to the bottom of each outlet pipe on the manifolds. But you know, never know. I get crazy ideas sometimes. So now to see how much further I can push this dull hole saw bit to get this hole going. So just another update. It's about 1:20. Our Wastegate came in about, I want to say 20 minutes ago. Finished eating lunch. Had to hang out here because we didn't want to risk missing the FedEx. But I got my little purge set up, ready to go. I'll get this welded, and then I will take it and I'll tack it up here so we can just test fit in the car one more time. But let's set this thing up. So as you can tell, just folded that piece around. Let it cool for a few, then I'll tack it up here and we'll go test fit that in the car one more time. Alright, so we test fit, she fits. Now I'm just going to tack it a few more times and then start welding it. Once again, got my purge set up. This purge block from a BPA Auto Sports. I got it from him years ago, before he was as popular as he is now, doing fabrication full time. So he's a pretty awesome fabricator. So let me get this set up here. Got it welded up, back gas. So let this thing cool, then we'll reinstall it. Then it'll be time to start on the dump tubes. Well, dump tube. Alright, so I got the dump tube welded. Just gotta let it cool down for a while, get it installed, and then it'll be on to plumbing. So we got the wastegate, the dump tube mounted now. Kind of line them up together. We not too worried about symmetry being perfect, considering they're hidden, but still not too bad. Thankfully we had plenty of a clearance there, since we have the tube front and the bumper, or tube front end, so the bumper gives us room to twist things back around. But also, other week Amazon had this crazy deal on Pros. I think Summit and them did too. But so we put the new tires on it. They came in I think Monday or Tuesday. We blew the ones out last week. So blew the right one out. We had the Pro brackets on. We went testing this weekend, or this Thursday. Sorry, my little scatterbrained tires. But so we got those on. We have a Carolina No Time race at Darlington this coming Friday. Hopefully do Friday night, do some testing, do the streetcar stuff, and then Saturday do swab block boost, and I'm certain we'll get ran over. But whatever, it'll be fun. Hopefully just get some personal best and at least do decent. Keep the car to go, ideally. But John's trying to find some. He's got some over here, as you can tell, some fittings and lines to so we can plumb the wastegates. He's pretty certain he doesn't have any more, but he won't give up at the moment, so he's still looking. And once he gets that on there, they'll both be plumbed, and then I probably won't do anything more than just test it on the brake once or twice to make sure it's good to go. Then cross our fingers it doesn't try to make all the boost again Friday. And if it does, I just gotta talk to this engine about what it needs to realize it has to deal with.